Ladies and gentlemen, friends, brothers and sisters, tonight I want to talk about something real, something raw about those moments when good people, decent people are hurt. I'm not here to give you an easy message, but I promise you it's one rooted in truth and strength. There's a notion that feeling pain or showing vulnerability somehow diminishes us, that to struggle or to feel hurt makes us weak. But the truth is, embracing pain doesn't make us weaker, it strengthens our souls in ways nothing else can. Life has a way of throwing curveballs when we least expect it, testing us, humbling us, and sometimes breaking us open. But it's in these moments, in the rawness of our struggles, that we discover what we're truly made of. Think about it: when everything is going smoothly, we don't often question ourselves, our values, or our strength. But when the storm hits, when we're knocked down, we have to dig deep. We're forced to ask ourselves hard questions, to reevaluate, to rise. This isn't weakness, this is growth. There's a beauty in embracing that journey, even when it's uncomfortable. It takes courage to face the pain, to sit with it, and to let it teach us something. And while it's natural to want to push it away, to bury it, or to hide it, real strength lies in allowing ourselves to feel, to be vulnerable, and to embrace the discomfort. Vulnerability doesn't mean we're defeated, it means we're human. It's a reminder that we're alive, that we care deeply, that we're fully engaged in this life. And when we embrace vulnerability, we also open ourselves up to connection. People relate to realness, not to perfection. When we're willing to be vulnerable, to admit that we don't have all the answers, we allow others to see us as we are, which encourages them to open up as well. It's in these moments of shared vulnerability that we find understanding, comfort, and unity. We're no longer isolated in our struggles because others see themselves in us and we see ourselves in them. This isn't easy. Embracing vulnerability doesn't mean that the hurt magically goes away or that we'll feel better instantly, but it does mean that we're building resilience bit by bit every time we face our pain head on. We learn, we grow, and we strengthen our souls for the next challenge that life will inevitably bring. So let us not hide from the pain, and let us not be ashamed of our struggles. Instead, let us embrace them, knowing that vulnerability is not a mark of weakness, but a path to strength. Each moment of vulnerability is an opportunity to grow stronger, more compassionate, and more connected. In the end, it's through vulnerability that we find our true power, and in the process, we become the people we were always meant to be. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. Many think that to forgive is to surrender, to condone what was done, or to let someone get away with it. But true forgiveness is not about denying justice or turning a blind eye to wrongdoing. It's a conscious choice, a brave act of reclaiming your peace and freedom. Choosing forgiveness is about refusing to let anger, resentment, and hurt dictate your life. It's a way to release yourself from the grip of pain and allow your heart the space to breathe, heal, and move forward. When we hold on to anger, it often feels like protecting ourselves. It becomes a shield, a way to say, I won't let this happen again, but in reality, harboring anger traps us, binding us to the past and fueling the wounds that still ache. This resentment weighs on our shoulders, keeping us tied to the person or situation that caused our pain. It consumes our thoughts, clouds our judgment, and ultimately holds us back from experiencing the fullness of life. When we forgive, we're not just freeing the other person from blame, we're releasing ourselves from the bitterness that keeps us tethered to the hurt. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting, and it certainly doesn't mean excusing harmful actions. We can and should seek justice where it is due, stand up for what's right, and hold others accountable. But forgiveness is about acknowledging that carrying anger and resentment does nothing to change the past. It's about choosing to move forward with a heart that is no longer weighed down by the chains of pain. Choosing to forgive is not an easy road. It takes strength to look at what has hurt us, to confront it, and to say, I won't let this define me. It's a process, a journey. Sometimes it involves forgiving repeatedly, over and over, each time the memory resurfaces. But each step we take toward forgiveness brings us closer to inner peace, to a sense of wholeness that allows us to truly live. And when we forgive, we're not just freeing ourselves, we're creating a ripple effect. Those around us witness the power of forgiveness and feel encouraged to seek peace in their own lives. Through forgiveness, we foster understanding, compassion, and healing, not just within ourselves, but within our communities. So let forgiveness be a gift we give to ourselves, a way of saying, I choose peace over pain. Let it remind us that while we can't change the past, we can shape our future with love, wisdom, and resilience. In choosing forgiveness, we're not surrendering to injustice, we're choosing a life untethered, a life lived fully, a life anchored in peace. Pain is an inevitable part of life, one we often dread and try to avoid. But sometimes it's through pain that we discover a deeper purpose, something greater than the suffering itself. Hurt, loss, setbacks, these are difficult experiences, but they also have the power to reveal strength we didn't know we had and to uncover truths we never noticed before. Pain can be transformative, taking us down paths we would have never chosen, but which lead us to grow in ways we never imagined. When we're in pain, it feels consuming, as though nothing else could possibly come from it. Yet when we embrace our hurt and allow ourselves to learn from it, we begin to see that it serves a purpose beyond just suffering. Think about it, the strongest people are often those who have endured the most hardship. Through struggle, they've developed resilience, compassion, and perspective. They've been through storms and have learned how to keep standing even when life knocks them down. That's the power of pain. It teaches us resilience. It teaches us strength. And it builds a foundation we can stand on when the next challenge comes our way. Sometimes the pain we experience isn't just for us. Our experiences can give us the insight and empathy to help others, to reach out to someone else who's struggling, to be a light when they need it most. When we understand pain deeply, we can relate to others going through similar experiences, creating a bridge of compassion. Pain has a way of connecting us, reminding us that none of us are truly alone. And when we turn our hurt into empathy, we gain a purpose that's bigger than ourselves. Pain also refines us. It forces us to let go of what's no longer serving us, to strip away illusions and focus on what really matters. Often we find that our most difficult moments bring clarity, showing us what we truly value and what we need to prioritize. In this sense, pain serves as a guiding light, revealing a purpose that was hidden until we were ready to see it. So instead of fearing pain or running from it, we can allow it to shape us. We can choose to let it deepen our character, to let it bring purpose to our lives. Each hardship we face becomes a stepping stone toward becoming the person we're meant to be. In the end, the purpose in pain isn't about the suffering itself, but about the growth, resilience, and purpose it brings to our lives. Through our pain, we emerge stronger, wiser, and with a clearer vision of who we are and what we're here to do. Empathy has a unique power to bridge the gaps between people, creating a unity that can only come from truly understanding one another. When someone is hurt, it can feel isolating, as if no one else could possibly understand the weight of that pain. But this is where empathy steps in, transforming what could be a lonely journey into one that's shared, one that says, you're not alone. When we create a community built on empathy, we lift each other up, standing together through life's most difficult moments. At the heart of empathy is the simple act of listening, not to respond, but to understand. When someone is hurting, they don't always need advice or solutions. They need someone who will sit with them in their pain, someone who will simply be there. This kind of support allows people to feel seen and valued, giving them the strength to move forward even when things seem dark. Empathy in this way becomes the foundation of unity. It's not about fixing each other, it's about connecting in a way that makes the journey feel a little lighter. Hurt people need more than just their own resilience. They need a community willing to come alongside them, to offer a shoulder, an open ear, or simply a hand to hold. When we embrace the struggles of others and allow ourselves to feel with them, we create a network of strength, one that is resilient and unwavering. This community doesn't erase the pain, but it makes it bearable, providing the comfort of knowing that no one has to face their struggles alone. Empathy also reminds us of our shared humanity. We all go through tough times, and we all know what it feels like to struggle, to feel broken. When we stand together, lifting one another up, we create an atmosphere of mutual support. This unity doesn't just benefit those who are hurting, it uplifts everyone involved. Knowing that we're part of a community that will stand by us, no matter what, creates a sense of security and belonging that's powerful beyond words. It gives each person the confidence to be vulnerable, knowing they're surrounded by people who genuinely care. And when we are unified in empathy, we build a society where compassion leads, where kindness becomes a norm, and where no one has to endure hardship alone. This kind of community becomes a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in our darkest times, there's light around us ready to lift us up. By choosing empathy, by choosing to stand together, we're not just supporting those who are hurting, we're creating a culture that values love, understanding, and unity above all else. And in doing so, we remind each other that we're all in this together, that our strength lies in our shared humanity, and that no one's pain is too great for a community that stands strong, side by side. In closing, let us remember that life will bring its challenges and pains, and none of us are immune to them. But our strength lies not in avoiding hardship, but in facing it with resilience, compassion, and the courage to grow. When we embrace vulnerability, we find a deeper strength within ourselves. When we choose forgiveness, we unlock a peace that transcends the past. When we seek purpose in pain, we discover growth and clarity that guide us forward. And when we stand together in empathy, we create a community that lifts each of us higher. We are all connected, each of us bearing both joy and sorrow, strength and vulnerability. So let us commit to being there for one another, to lift up, to forgive, to grow, and to understand. Together, we can turn our struggles into stepping stones and our pain into purpose. Let's be a force of unity, resilience, and love, building a world where no one has to face their hurt alone. Thank you. So when life tests you, when it hurts you, hold your head up high, because every single one of us has a purpose greater than the pain we face. Let's be there for one another. Let's choose to heal, and let's find strength in every scar. Thank you.